Hi, I'm JP from JP SWITCHMANIA, and I love the Nintendo Switch. I also love collector's editions, and I know a lot of people don't like to open theirs, so that's what this video is all about. It's about opening a specific collector edition for the Nintendo Switch. What are we looking at today? Stay tuned! JP SWITCHMANIA.
Today we're going to be doing our very first ever Who Wore It Better? Japan or Korea? Because I did see a Korea code on here, so Southeast Asia. So these are the two we're going to be looking at. It is DAEDALUS, The Awakening of Golden Jazz, limited edition. So it's the Japanese limited edition that came out last year, I believe. And then just recently, an English supported version came out in Southeast Asia. As you can tell, they're two different boxes, but which one is the better purchase? Well, I guess to start with, the one that supports English is an automatic win, so I would highly recommend getting at least the regular edition if you want to be able to play the game. But in terms of limited editions, if you had to go with one, which one would you pick? Well, that's what this video is all about. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to start with the Japanese one, and we're going to look at the box of that. So I'm going to move this one out of the way for now, and I'm going to show you exactly how it came packaged. So as you can see, look at all of that. It's all contained inside, very nicely done. We're going to look at each of the items. Then on the back, you have essentially the back cover art for the case, and it's a slip, so it comes off. I'll just move that out of the way. But it's very nice, cel-shaded, hand-drawn artwork. But let's take a look and see what came inside. So, the first thing you're going to notice is a hard backing. It has a stand, and what is it? It is a calendar. So I'm just going to open it very quickly. It's a 2019 calendar. It's very nice, very colorful, very cool. Then we remove a layer, and we have an art book. So it's a very thin art book. As you can see, it's not too big. It's all in Japanese, but it has some text. It has descriptions of the characters, some artwork, some concept art, whatnot, the locations. It's very nicely done, but again, it's all in Japanese. So then we take out another layer, and I'm going to actually take out the next two items. So the first one we'll look at is the case itself of the music CD. So DAEDALUS Original Soundtrack. You have just a picture on the back, and then when you open this up, you have a listing of all 16 tracks. Very cool. Then you have the game case. So here's the regular edition case. It's the same whether you bought the collector or the regular. So here's the front. It says DAEDALUS, The Awakening of Golden Jazz, Japanese characters on the spine, and the back. And then on the inside you have some photographs, and you have the case itself. Now, one thing to note is that even though there is a Asia English supported release, the Japanese never received a patch. So if you bought the Japanese version, it's still only going to be in Japanese. But that's the collector's edition. Now let's bring in the next one. Now it's time to look at the Asia English supported release. So you'll notice that I have some items on top of the box. I have the game case, I have a steel case, and then I have the collector edition box. And that doesn't belong there. So you might be wondering, why did I keep all these on the outside? Well, this is exactly how it came packaged, unfortunately. So everything was not inside the box, and I'll tell you why at the end. But let's start with the case. So here we have DAEDALUS, The Awakening of Golden Jazz. It is the same cover as the Japanese release, but what's different this time is there is English on the spine and on the back as well. When you open it up, it's exactly the same. It's the same photographs, the same cart label. Then you have a steel case. Now, before you get too excited, it is a steel case, it is a Switch game, but it is a disc-based case. Now, my guess is this also released, I believe, on the PS4. They just reused the case. They never made a Switch-specific one. But, for whatever reason, in the collector edition for the Switch, they included it. So let's ignore the fact that I can't put a Switch cartridge in, but let's look at the artwork on it. So it's very nice on the front. The spine has prequel story of detective, and then in English it's Jake Hunter, so it's a prequel to that series. And then on the back as well. And here's some inside. Now we have the box itself. So you'll notice that unlike the Japanese one, this one is sealed. There's nothing to show what's inside. It just says prequel of Jake Hunter. And on the back it has the logo. But let's open this up. So the first thing I will say is the packaging is a lot flimsier than the Japanese version. The Japanese one had a very nice box to it. But here's what the two items inside. You had the soundtrack CD, which is identical to the Japanese release. The only difference now is the tracks, the 16 track titles are in English, same label image, and same back. Now, the book, the art book itself, is smaller. I'll bring this one back. So as you can tell, the Japanese one was bigger than the Asia one, but the difference is the Asia one now has English inside. So if you did want to read all about the characters and the game, you can do that, which is really cool. So, as I mentioned before, everything came packaged on the outside, right? So you had the music CD and the art book on the inside, and then you had a steel case, and you had the game cartridge packaged outside. So why did they do that? Well, unfortunately, if you tried to fit everything in here, so you tried to fit the art book, the case, the disc, or the game card, and the music CD, it all cannot fit in here. I don't know why you made a box that you can't fit all the goodies inside. In reality, you could leave the steel case on the outside and still fit the art book, the CD, and the game, but it was a little bit of a disappointment when it came packaged like that, because I like everything just in one box as it is. But those are the two editions. So the Japanese one is sold out. That one's not available unless it's through a third party. The Asia Collector Edition is available through Playasia. I'll have the links below if you're interested. But again, you know, if this isn't your thing where you have to keep certain items on the outside, if you get a PS4 disc steel case and you want a Switch one, maybe you're better off just going with the regular edition. It's very reasonably priced. All the information's below. And again, this does support English. There was talk that this game may be coming out in the West, but as of now, I haven't seen anything to state that we're going to be seeing a physical or even a digital release. So this may be the only way to play this game in English. But those are the two. So which one did you like better? Personally, I think I would take the Japanese box and just put in the English game, and then I'll makeshift a collector's edition. But yeah, those are pretty cool, and I'm surprised they actually had slightly differences. So no calendar in the Asia release. But that is Daedalus, The Awakening of Golden Jazz Collector Editions. So who wore it better?
And there you have it. What did you think about today's unboxing video? Did you pick this one up yourself? Did you like the content? Is there something that you wish you saw? Comment below. Also, if you liked what you saw, click like, click subscribe, that way you don't miss any future unboxing videos. Of course, also check us out at jpswitchmania.com, on Twitter at jpswitchmania, Instagram jpswitchmania, and also check out our new Playcast podcast series called SWITCHMANIA Playcast. It's a weekly playcast where myself and Jeffrey Wintenhagen from Hagen's Alley talk about the Nintendo Switch. We focus on one specific game a week, and we also talk about what's coming out physically, and we talk about our upcoming book, The Switch Collector. So if you're curious about what that is, check it out. All the links are below. And of course, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye!
JP Switchmania.